All right, we'll go across to DD India's Akshay Dongare. He's joining us live with more information. Good morning, Akshay. What is the latest on the deadlock over the government shutdown and how firmly are the Democrats standing on the healthcare issue?
Well, there are multiple, new aspects to this entire tussle that has come to fore. Abhishek. First of all, is Donald Trump himself saying that there may be an opportunity to remove deadwood fraud and save billions of dollars by using this opportunity of the shutdown. So, what essentially he's saying is that the departments that, according to him, are not priority, and the people wherever people are in these departments, people are getting fired. It's good for the economy in the longer term, which means that he's trying to turn this thing around into stating, or rather into utilizing this opportunity into firing the people he did not like, the departments he thought were irrelevant, or the expenditure of the government of the US that he thought was a waste. He seems to have in fact stated this quite openly in front of the world. And this may also be a message to the Democrats that even if you, force the government into a shutdown, or rather, even if you don't, vote with them, they are going to use this opportunity somehow to sort of, go after the people that they think should not have been there in the first place. That is first. Then we are seeing the Democrats are now scrambling to also, go out in front of the people, stating that they are not, responsible for the shutdown. It's the government's attitude, and in a manner of stating about the duties of the government. The government is responsible for creating a sort of agreement between the two parties to end this shutdown. However, this seems to be deepening. So if the rift widens, and we have not seen this bipartisan rift so much in several decades in the US, and if this rift widens, if this continues, then we are looking at quite uncertain times, which may impact the US economy quite adversely.
Right, but is there any indication of possible compromise or maybe negotiations resuming between the two sides?
Well, I don't think so, because like I mentioned, Abhishek, the rift is quite wide. With the kind of provocative statements that are coming in from the US president himself, and the Democrats making their last stand. They don't have a majority in the Congress. They don't have a majority in Senate. And what they have is they can go in front of the people, and then they can they can say that the government is in shutdown. There are certain basic amenities that they are demanding, and the government has to agree something when it comes to demands of the opposition as well. But that doesn't seem to be happening, and that's why perhaps it seems that this shutdown may become quite an unprecedented one.
But Akshay, what kind of political risk does this pose for the president if the standoff with the Democrats continues?
Well, if the people get fired, the social systems shut down because of the lack of funding and lack of agreement between these two, then both Democrats and the Republicans are going to have some sort of impact as far as their ratings are concerned. But more importantly, this shutdown, and the kind of, if it leads to a larger economic debacle in the US, then the responsibility will be pinned on the US president ultimately, because he heads the government. It's his government, and Republicans are honestly responsible for running the House, both the Congress and the Senate.
All right, Akshay, we'll leave it at that. Thank you for your inputs.